Every day, we're bombarded by numbers, percentages, graphs, and studies that claim to reveal the truth about the world around us. But how often do we stop to ask, are these numbers telling the whole story? Statistics shape our decisions, what we buy, who we vote for, even how we live our lives. But here's the thing. While numbers themselves are neutral, the way they're used, or misused, can mislead us. In this video, we'll explore how to see through the smoke and mirrors of deceptive statistics. Research methods and statistics are at the heart of progress. They help us find cures, make better policies, and uncover the mysteries of the universe. But when numbers are flawed, or worse, deliberately manipulated, the consequences can be devastating. Take, for example, the 1950s and 60s, when tobacco companies funded studies to downplay the health risks of smoking. By cherry-picking data and funding biased research, they delayed public understanding of smoking's dangers for decades. This isn't just history. Similar tactics are still used today in industries like sugar and pharmaceuticals, along with hot-button issues like climate change. Understanding the basics of research methods and statistics isn't just for scientists. It's a skill everyone needs in today's world. Because if you know how to question the data, you're much harder to deceive. So, how do statistics go from telling the truth to telling a story that isn't quite right? Let's look at some common tricks used to mislead. First, cherry-picking data. Imagine a company claims its new supplement increased energy by 80%. Sounds impressive, right? But what if only 5 out of 100 participants saw any improvement, and they left out the rest? This tactic was famously used by the tobacco industry and is still common in marketing today. Always look for the full picture. Next, confusing correlation with causation. Here's a fun one. Studies show that ice cream sales and shark attacks rise at the same time. Does this mean eating ice cream causes shark attacks? Of course not. Both just happen more often in summer. But it's easy to forget this distinction when headlines make bold claims, like blaming video games for violence or certain foods for miracle health benefits. Correlation does not equal causation. Then, there are misleading graphs. Let's say a company shows you a bar graph where sales look like they've skyrocketed. But look closer. The y-axis starts at 90 instead of 0, making a small change seem huge. This kind of manipulation has been spotted in everything from political campaign ads to corporate earnings reports. Visual distortion is subtle, but powerful. And finally, confirmation bias. Sometimes, researchers or companies design studies to confirm what they already believe, or what their funders want them to believe. For example, studies funded by sugary drink companies often find results that favor soda consumption. Surprised? That's why it's essential to ask, who paid for this research, and what's in it for them? So, how can you protect yourself from misleading statistics? You don't need a PhD in math, just a little critical thinking. Here are some questions to ask whenever you see a big claim. Who funded the research? Is there a conflict of interest? How big was the sample size? A study with only 10 participants isn't very reliable. Are the results peer-reviewed or just published in a press release? Keep in mind that while peer review is a quality marker, it isn't foolproof. Bias can still slip through. Does the claim rely on correlation without proving causation? Are the visuals, like graphs or charts, manipulating scale or perspective? And most importantly, what's missing? Sometimes what's not being said is just as important as what is. Let's test this out. Imagine you see a headline. Eating chocolate before bed doubles your chances of dreaming vividly. Sounds cool, right? But what if the study was funded by a chocolate company, and they only surveyed 12 people, all of whom were already chocolate lovers? Suddenly, that claim isn't so impressive. In a world awash with data, being able to question the numbers is one of the most important skills you can have. Because the truth doesn't just speak for itself. It needs a discerning audience. So, the next time you see a statistic or a study, take a moment to dig deeper. Ask questions. Stay curious. And remember, the numbers may not lie, but it's up to you to find out if they're telling the whole story. To learn more about navigating the complex world of data and research, visit us at fabledsky.com and subscribe for more insights. Together, we can uncover the truth behind the numbers.